Hi, everybody. My name is Mike Tapscott. I'm in charge of the massage therapy program at Gateway Community College. And that might sound like I'm in charge of a large group of people, but I'm not. I'm in charge of basically one other gentleman. And so I am very much an example of an end user of 4DX, and I want to talk to you about that perspective and about my thoughts about how to make 4DX work for your end users. When they first introduced 4DX at Gateway Community College, one of the things they did right, at least with me, my experience was it was explained extremely well to me. Now, I was familiar with this concept already, but they did an extremely good job explaining to me lead and lag measures and goals. And I think that it's crucial that your end users really get the concept of if my goal of weight loss is that I weigh 230 now and I'm going to weigh 200 on this date, that is a lag measure. By the time that date comes, I've either done that or I haven't done that, and that goal does me nothing. Traditional goal setting in that sense is useless. And so the very good thing about 4DX is you identify, well, what do I need to do to lose that weight? For me, it's stop eating pizza in front of the TV at 10 o'clock at night. So that would be my lead measure, right? I would stop doing that. And that's what we judge my progress on. We don't even really look at that end goal right now. And I report in and say, yeah, last night I didn't eat pizza in front of the TV. Boom, I've achieved my goal. Or last night I did, and what am I going to do to change that quickly so that we don't keep repeating that process? And it's crucial that people understand that. So I was very lucky in my department in that we had a very manageable and simple lead measure, and that was to have more authentic student interactions. And by authentic, we meant you couldn't have an interaction with a student where we said, hey, go kiddo, because it's not personalized and it's not authentic. So these need to be interactions that you would not normally have with a student, with that particular student, and you were reaching out really just to check in with them, and it was somehow a personalized check-in. Like, hey, I know that you've been struggling with the loss of your dog, and I just wanted to check in. Your grade looks like it's doing really well, but if you need any extra support from me, whatever, let me know. And we measured those, and we said we just need 5 of those a week. Now, if you think about the amount of time that takes me, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes a day to do that. But it's a very manageable, measurable thing. You either did it or you didn't. And it was very easy for me to convey to the one person I do supervise to do the same thing. We both had classes running. We both were supposed to do this thing. And it's very easy to say, was that an authentic interaction? Most of these interactions were over email, so we even had documentation of them. So the fact that it was so manageable made it a little bit easier to digest this whole thing. Because when I first heard about 4DX, I'm like, this is great. This is what Gateway needs, because I love Gateway. I really do. But we tend to try to do 47 things well, and that's extremely hard to do. And then we don't do it, right? Too many things. So 4DX narrows down most importantly, your upper level management's goals to get everybody rowing in the same direction on one thing. And I think that's extremely helpful. And I was very excited about that. Then it came time to actually do it. And to be very honest with you, then I was like, oh, 4DX. Man, isn't this just a way to get us to do more work? Like, I mean, it really went down to kind of the naked thing. But luckily for us, it was like, okay, it's such a little ask. It's just these student authentic interactions. And what's really fascinating is anybody will tell you, I'm known for having extremely high class morale. I have lots of interactions with students that are very authentic. And I thought, how much more can I possibly do? Like, it's ridiculous at this point. But I went ahead and did it because it was such an easy, low-hanging fruit thing to do. Just, have these authentic interactions with students that I wouldn't normally reach out to at this time and such. Anyway, I got some very interesting surprises with this. And one of the big surprises I got was we found out class morale could go even higher, which is cool. This is anecdotal, but we did not have a single drop from the class I was doing this with, which is a good sign. And lastly, I got some bonus out of this, in that I found by interacting with my students before they had a problem, I reduced the amount of fires that we were putting out. And so ultimately, I had more time. And I think that's extremely cool. So my parting advice is make sure people understand lead and lag measures. Pick something very digestible, very simple, especially for the first iteration of your 4DX, because the first iteration is practice just doing something simple over and over again. And I think those two things are key to success. Thank you very much.